Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Mary Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up in this week's news, we join volunteers on their visit to nursing homes in Taiwan as they hold Buddha Day ceremonies for seniors who are unable to participate otherwise. We head to Australia as volunteers celebrate the 47th anniversary of Tzu Chi by making a pilgrimage to garner blessings for the world. And we join 60 volunteers in the United States as they participate in the annual TD 5-Borough Bike Tour in New York City. We start the show in Singapore. In preparation of the upcoming Buddha Day ceremony, the Singapore Tzu Chi volunteers have been taking to the streets to invite the public to attend the event. Tzu Chi Care recipients have also been invited to participate, and for those physically unable to travel to the ceremony venue, volunteers instead brought the event to them. Singapore Tzu Chi volunteers carefully put the finishing touches on the altar that will be used in the upcoming Buddha Day ceremonies for care recipients with mobility issues.
我们有讲嘛，这花香的意思就是佛香、德香，还有法香，所以你就这一朵花香。
Stroke victim Mr. Liu is one of many Tzu Chi Care recipients that is physically unable to attend the main Buddha Day ceremony. Thus, volunteers brought the ceremony to him instead.
Thank you, everyone. I feel this ceremony has brought blessings to our home. I was moved during the ceremony, and that's why I started tearing up.
The ceremony not only allows care recipients to fulfill their dreams of honoring the Buddha, but also helps lighten the hearts of those family members in attendance.
很好，很好。哦，大家心会松一点啊。
The goal of this day was to give care recipients a chance to attend the Buddha Day ceremony.
As Buddha Day falls on Mother's Day this year, volunteers also encourage care recipients to take a moment to say thanks to their moms. Here, volunteers have prepared a carnation so the son can express his gratitude to his mother. Thanks to volunteers going the extra mile on behalf of care recipients, not only have the care recipients' dream of honoring the Buddha has been fulfilled, but their homes and hearts have been filled with blessings as well. In Taiwan, volunteers in Taoyuan County arrived at a local nursing home to give those bedridden a chance to participate in the Buddha Day ceremony. But first, let's take a look at the Buddha Day ceremony held at the Tzu Chi Nursing Home in Xingdian District, New Taipei City.
This is the scene at Tzu Chi Nursing Home in Xingdian District. Today, Tzu Chi volunteers are holding an outdoor Buddha Day ceremony on behalf of the senior residents here. Also feeling the joy of attending the ceremony is volunteer Li Yaozhou, who says he's very fortunate to be able to join the event with this nonagenarian.
I'm so fortunate and blessed to have this opportunity to attend the Buddha Day ceremony with this 90-year-old senior.
Tzu Chi volunteers also thoughtfully bring the Buddha Day ceremony to those who are bedridden.
I am very happy whenever I visit this nursing home because I get to see the smiles on these seniors' faces.
We want to let these children know that since they can be filial to others' parents, they should be filial towards their parents at home.
In Taoyuan County, another group of seniors are also attending a Buddha Day ceremony. During the event, volunteers encourage the participants to express their love. Meanwhile, the ceremony held at Huaining Nursing Home is joined by Huang Yenghao, who always visits the nursing home during his days off from military service.
All the seniors living here can't go out, so we are here to help their family members to fulfill their filial duties.
As May is a month of gratitude, everyone should remember that family duties and virtuous deeds should never be delayed.
Today, we bring you the story of Tima nurse Sa Chen, who has devoted her entire life to serving society. After retiring from Kaohsiung Veterans General Hospital, she now volunteers at the nursing station at the Kaohsiung Jingsi Hall.
This grey-haired volunteer is 82-year-old Tima nurse Sa Chen. When she graduated from high school, she chose to study nursing at the National Defense Medical Center to help lessen her family's burden and pursue her dreams.
以前在家乡的时候比较偏僻，我母亲是护士。
I grew up in a remote village and my mom was a nurse, so she always helped the people in our village. Seeing her give herself like that, I decided that when I grow up, I too am going to help others.
Having retired from the Kaohsiung Veterans General Hospital in 1997, Sa Chen did not let her time go to waste, as she went on to help out as a volunteer nurse at her grandson's school. And in 2010, she joined Tima, serving the community with her expertise and beginning a whole new life venture.
大家都同个目标，就是帮助人家。
We all have a common goal, and that is to help people. So the atmosphere is different here. We are just like one big family.
Graceful and soft-spoken, Sa Chen devoted her entire life to nursing, and today it has become her mission. When asked how long she will continue the work, Sa Chen says she will continue to do so for as long as she can.
To welcome in Mother's Day, volunteers in New Taipei City put together various activities to give New Shoe Scholarship recipients and members of the Tzu Chi basketball team a chance to express their gratitude for their mother's care.
你们怎么这么棒啊？身为跨度不灵的人类，能像你们一样吗？
The performance, which had the children acting out scenes of gratitude and filial piety, helped them experience firsthand the moral of the story being told.
就知道感恩。
We hope that when the children are still young, they can understand how to show gratitude, not only to their own mothers, but to all the elders who supported them, cared for them, and loved them in the past.
要懂。
I realize now how you have always been there looking after me. Thanks, Mom, for all your hard work. Happy Mother's Day.
Among these scholarship recipients, some come from single-parent families, while others have been raised by grandparents. For these children from broken families, to be loved and looked after is a precious gift.
Children nowadays have been overly protected by their parents, and I often see them being rude or impolite to their parents. But the children of the Tzu Chi basketball team, even though the folks they were serving tea to were not their parents or grandparents, they still did it all with so much respect and reverence.
Under the umbrella of Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit, these children have all changed for the better.
I'm so thankful to be a part of this big Tzu Chi family where my son can learn and grow. I feel he and others have made great strides, especially in the arena of working to help others.
With Mother's Day not far off, children and mothers come together to recycle, filling this recycling station with the spirit of warmth and family.
In celebration of the 47th anniversary of the Tzu Chi Foundation, the U.S. Tzu Chi headquarters held a study group on the Medicine Buddha Sutra. Meanwhile, volunteers in Australia made a pilgrimage before the start of the sutra study as a form of meditation. Here in Australia, Tzu Chi volunteers are making a pilgrimage to garner blessings. One first-time participant follows the advice of an experienced volunteer.
Just like the Tzu Chi uncle mentioned, you need to regulate your breathing, or else you will tire yourselves easily.
As concentration is on the breathing and feet placement, naturally the mind is free.
There's plenty of time to think about other stuff, but you won't as you go into a meditative state, and you are solely concentrating on making this pilgrimage.
In conjunction with the 47th anniversary of the Tzu Chi Foundation, the Sydney and Baroa offices were invited to join in the study of the Medicine Buddha Sutra via the internet with Hualian's Jingsi abode. In previous years, if volunteers wanted to participate in such an event, a flight to Taiwan was required, but as technology advances, the path to enlightenment has gotten easier. Meanwhile, in the United States, the Tzu Chi headquarters in San Dimas also held a gathering with fellow volunteers to study the Medicine Buddha Sutra with Dharma masters at the Jingse boat in Hualien. Being able to form these connections with others is an opportunity that one new trainee did not want to miss.
I hope to always be involved in Tzu Chi and be a part of this big family. I want to do my best to help those in the world that need assistance.
Since the establishment of the Tzu Chi Foundation, from its original 10 volunteers to now 60,000 volunteers worldwide, the director of Tzu Chi's U.S. headquarters strives for similar growth in the United States.
Looking at all the natural disasters is scary. Just in the United States alone, there have been so many. It doesn't matter if it's a natural disaster, man-made disaster, or terrorist attack. All these things are evidence of what the Master has been saying. The Americans have to wake up, or peace in the world will be hard to achieve. I think as Tzu Chi volunteers in the United States, we have a responsibility to recruit more like-minded people to help purify hearts.
In ancient times, there was the Medicine Buddha Sutra, and now in this lifetime, we have Master Zheng Yan's teachings. We should follow the Master so that we can purify this world and achieve a peaceful, harmonious society.
Volunteers, whether new or old, all over the world, strive to use their actions to actualize and spread Master Zheng Yan's teachings. As this month marks Tzu Chi's 47th birthday, a pilgrimage was held at the Hualien Jingse boat, where Tzu Chi volunteers and Dharma masters came together to chant the Medicine Buddha Sutra. Joining them are Tzu Chi volunteers from Myanmar, Singapore, and Malaysia.
To celebrate Tzu Chi's 47th anniversary, students at Malaysia's Johor Bahru Tzu Chi Kindergarten are learning of Master Zheng Yan's frugal way of life.
为什么施工上人要吃闲钱才都敢？因为他有一点点钱。这样他把钱拿去哪里？他省下那些钱来做什么？就给那人。那你要不要学施工上人？
As Hualien's Jingse boat is holding a Medicine Buddha Sutra study session, Tzu Chi volunteers join their counterparts in a video conference. Over 200 Tzu Chi volunteers and members also gathered at the Penang Tzu Chi chapter for the special occasion.
Today marks Tzu Chi's 20th anniversary in Malaysia, and it is also the Master's birthday, so we are here for a pilgrimage.
Among them, one member of the public, that being Rong, is delighted to have the chance to take part in the pilgrimage.
I'm very happy to be able to finally visit the Jingse Hall for the first time. I used to walk past here but never had the chance to come inside.
Though this is the 4th year that the Tzu Chi Kedah chapter is holding such an event, getting up before sunrise to join the 4:30 a.m. sutra chanting is nevertheless quite difficult for those who also have to work later in the day.
When we are physically tired, we just have to remain determined and hang in there.
Meanwhile, Tzu Chi volunteers in Singapore are no less determined to participate in the pilgrimage to celebrate the milestone. Despite an unstable internet connection, Tzu Chi volunteers chanted the Buddhist scriptures in sincerity and respect. And in Myanmar, which is 1.5 hours behind Taiwan, some 65 Tzu Chi volunteers still got up early and made their way to the local chapter house to join their first video conference with those in Hualien. On the day of Tzu Chi's 47th birthday, Master Zheng Yan spoke of the ceaseless cycle of love in Myanmar at the morning assembly, and one little girl was inspired to live frugally.
I saved rice in my piggy bank twice to help those in need. I don't want to buy an iPad anymore.
At Tzu Chi's anniversary, besides thanking Tzu Chi volunteers for their selfless dedication, the celebration also sees new members joining to bring love and hope to society.
China, it has been more than 20 days since the Ya'an earthquake. To make sure those in the disaster zone have enough daily necessities, Tzu Chi volunteers and local businesses worked hand in hand in preparing aid packs at a food warehouse in Chengdu City.
11 daily necessities are all lined up properly, ready to be put into 8 packs. To help quake survivors in Lushan County, Sichuan Province, these 8 packs are ready to be delivered to the disaster zone when and wherever necessary.
After the earthquake, disaster victims were left with nothing. I believe they are in serious need of aid. Everyone is like our family, and when family is in need, we need to help.
We have prepared blankets and even umbrellas for the disaster survivors because the disaster zone is a mountainous area where the temperature drops at night and it rains a lot.
At this warehouse in Chengdu City, Sichuan Province, a local business provides Tzu Chi volunteers with a place to pack the aid supplies and also encourage its staff to join the volunteers in packing.
Following the Ya'an earthquake, many businesses have come to us and asked us to lead them in helping the quake survivors. We will do what we can to help those in need.
为什么会想要来帮忙？这个肯定不是说帮忙嘛，这是尽自己的一点责任，对不对？
Each aid pack is not only filled with love from some 2,700 businesses, but also Tzu Chi volunteers' support from around the globe. Despite the long distance to the disaster zone, the compassion embedded in these aid packs will never get old.
Since the first day following the 420 earthquake, Tzu Chi volunteers has been at the front line helping survivors in every way possible. Despite the long hours each day, these volunteers continue to demonstrate their humanitarian spirit as they bring their love to those in need.
我们希望这就是一个突破口啊，一个突破点，为以后的访视啊。
Come 6:50 a.m. each morning, Tzu Chi volunteers can be seen lining up in the hotel lobby, ready to begin their work for the day.
请合掌，唱祈祷。我的心。
Though divided into different vehicles as they travel to Lushan County, the volunteers seize the opportunity to collectively pray for peace and harmony.
We're seizing every minute of our traveling time to sincerely pray for the survivors to be alleviated from their suffering and those carrying out relief work to remain safe.
Each of the 20 Tzu Chi volunteers give it their all. Some help take care of the children, some carry out home visits, while others pack relief items. No one wastes a minute of their time. Returning to their accommodation at night, volunteers do not rest right away, but carry out a meeting to review their work, in hopes of providing even better care to local residents in the days ahead.
The annual TD 5-borough bike tour in New York City is the largest cycling event in the United States. Among the some 32,000 riders who participated in this year's event were 60 bikers from the Tzu Chi team who were there with the goal of raising money for Hurricane Sandy's victims.
It is a cold day in New York City as over 32,000 people take to the streets to participate in the annual TD 5-borough bike tour. Among them were 60 members of the Tzu Chi team.
I was twice as excited this year as the number of riders has surged to 60 from last year's 26.
Grind time. What's unique for this year is that we're helping Tzu Chi raise funds. I hope people will share love to help Hurricane Sandy victims and our care recipients.
We live in Long Island, and the reason why we are here is because our home got destroyed in Hurricane Sandy, and Tzu Chi helped us. So we felt that it was a good time to return.
I'm ready.
The team assembled in Lower Manhattan early in the morning. Each bike was fitted with a Tzu Chi flag, while each helmet was decorated with a blue and white balloon.
CO2 reduction, recycling, and being a vegetarian for the planet. I hope everyone will also share their love with Sandy victims.
Look at all of us riding together. It's so exciting. We have brought Master Zheng Yan's Tzu Chi to New York City.
40-mile trip takes riders through the city's scenic areas. Cheered on by the crowds along the way, the Tzu Chi team crosses the finish line.
Though each step is difficult, we continue forth steadily and will eventually reach our goals.
Promising to sign up again next year, the Tzu Chi team hopes to continue to do their part for our world.
In Taiwan, young Wu Yi was left bedridden after catching a cold that caused her limbs to turn black. Notified by her school, Tzu Chi volunteers began caring for the young girl and arranged for her to undergo treatment at the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. Upon being discharged, volunteers were on hand to make sure Yi's trip home was enjoyable.
Yi, continue to make progress even when you are home, okay? Don't cry.
After more than 2 months of medical treatment, the once darkened limbs of Wu Yi are now wrapped in bandages. She can now recover at home, but her caretakers can't seem to let her go.
And our doctor home, Big Brother home, sends us blessings. Thank you.
A card filled with blessings and a personal farewell from Superintendent Zhao are reciprocated by Mrs. Wu's gift of gratitude.
感恩你啊！你回越南还记得我，感恩。
6 months ago, Zhongli's Tzu Chi volunteers first met Yi after being contacted by her teacher. The sight of the bedridden young girl with 4 blackened limbs brought them to tears. Breaking down as she spoke, Mrs. Wu said the family just couldn't believe a simple cold could rob Yi of her smiles. However, neither the family nor the volunteers gave up on Yi. Guo Weiqi, who once suffered a similar condition, offered her support by playing the piano. Even Dai Drama's actors visited Yi. In March, Yi came to Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital to undergo debridement. Now that she has stabilized, orthopedics chief Dr. Hong, who carried Yi into the hospital, is helping her leave. The ambulance back to Zhongli not only carried Yi and the medical staff, but also 4 large boxes of supplies filled with love for Yi. Upon arrival, local Tzu Chi volunteers are already standing by to help carry on the relay of love.
All these clothes came from Tzu Chi sisters. They are all for Yi.
Unpacking the boxes of supplies and recounting the experience, the family is no longer lost and helpless. With love, they are given courage to face the future with optimism.
At the end of the show, we return to the United States and join Tzu Chi volunteers from Dallas, Texas, as they hold their biannual free clinic for the 5th year in a row. Volunteer doctors of different specialities were on hand to perform health checks on local residents, and as always, the dental department is the most popular. We will leave you with these images. Have a good weekend and see you next week.